Dear students, please note down. The PDF file of all these notes have been uploaded in the description of video lecture. Please download your notes. Dear students, this one is the third lecture of skeleton in sponges phylum Porifera. Two very important topics in this phylum Porifera: canal system and skeleton in sponges. This one is the third lecture of skeleton in sponges. In this lecture, we will discuss development of spicules. As we know, in case of phylum Porifera, in sponges, skeleton is made up of fine needle-like structures named spicules, or these branch thread-like structures named spongin fibers, or both. We have already discussed different types of spicules. In this lecture, particularly today, we will discuss development of spicules. Dear students, development of spicules. These spicules are secreted by special type of amoebocytes, and these amoebocytes are present in this mesoglia mesenchyme. As we know, the body wall of a sponge having three layers. This outer layer is pinnacoderm, this cellular layer is conodem, and this layer, that is a gelatinous layer, which lies between this pinnacoderm and conodem. This middle layer is mesenchyme. It is non-cellular, but it derives some cells either from this pinnacoderm or conodem. Today, the cells which secrete spicules, and these special type of spicule secreting cells which are amoebocytes or sclerocytes, and these sclerocytes are derived from this outer layer pinnacoderm. The cells of pinnacoderm which give rise, these amoebocytes or sclerocytes are named scleroblast. Dear students, it means the spicule forming cells are scleroblast, and one scleroblast give rise one ray. It means a monoaxon spicule is developed from one scleroblast. Triaxon spicule means three rays, and each ray is produced by one scleroblast. It means a triaxon spicule is derived from three scleroblasts. Tetraxon, and that tetraxon having four rays means four scleroblasts give rise a tetraxon. First of all, we will discuss development of monoaxon spicule. The cell which give rise a monoaxon spicule, it is one scleroblast. First of all, its nucleus undergoes division. As a result, two nuclei are formed. Between these two nuclei, axial filament is formed. Over this axial filament, deposition of calcium carbonate takes place. As this spicule elongates, as it grows, both nuclei move apart away. Finally, the scleroblast, the cell also divides into two cells. This inner cell, this one is named founder cell or builder cell, and the cell which lies at outer end, this one is thickener cell. Development of triaxon spicule. Triaxon spicule. Dear students, as we know, one ray is produced by one scleroblast. It means in case of triaxon, in this triaxon spicule, three scleroblasts, 1, 2, 3 scleroblasts, they come close to each other and they partially fuse. This is the fusion of 3 cell chloroplasts. Nuclei of each cell divide. So each cell becomes binucleated. Between these two nuclei, axial filament is formed. These spicules axial filament grow towards center line, and finally they meet, they fuse in the center. As a result, a triaxon spicule is formed. Finally, this cell, the central cell, having 1, 2, 3 cell chloroplasts. These cells also divide. As a result, the cells which lie in center at inner end, these are founder cell, builder cells, and the cells which lie at outer end are thickener cells. Like that, in case of tetraaxon spicule, instead of 3 cell chloroplasts, in tetraaxon 4 cell chloroplasts, they come close to each other, they fuse partially, as well as the nuclei divides, and between two nuclei again axial filament is formed, and axial filament is surrounded by the deposition of calcium carbonate. And dear students, in case of tetraaxon, each one cell chloroplast gives rise one ray. Finally, the inner cell divides into 2 cells. As a result, these outer cells become thickener cells, and these central cells are founder cell or builder cells. Spongin fibers. As we know, in case of phylum Poriferum, in sponges, the skeleton is of 2 types, either spicules or spongin fibers. These spongin fibers produce a network, and these spongin fibers are made up of elastic protein, that is spongin protein, and this spongin protein fibers are produced by the special type of mesenchyme cells. These are named spongioblasts. These spongioblasts, these cells get arranged in a row, and each cell produces a spongin rod. Finally, each rod get fused, and as a result, an elongated spongin fiber is formed. And finally, these cells become vacuolated and disappear. As a result, this elongated spongin fiber is formed. This is all about skeleton in sponges. Thank you.